Alaska, how you doing?
Can you hear me okay?
I hear you perfect.
Um, Please spell the word erythromycin.
And
No, that's wrong.
did you love it?
Deflower, deflower.
Seriously, Alaska, seriously. I want to say, on behalf of all your friends and fans, they are all here because they love you so much. I want to let them know you guys can leave your questions in the chat for Alaska. We will ask her them. We already have a ton for you, Alaska, so I'm just going to start firing them away at you. But first, I just want to ask, because this seems to be an overall one from a lot of people, is just kind of quickly, what have you been up to since we've seen you last on Drag Race?
Just doing drag, like being a woman.
Music.
I don't know. We've been doing Jeremy and I made an album called Amethyst Journey. I've been doing the podcast with Willem a lot, which the response has been really great and amazing. And then I'm just, I don't know, touring around and being a woman. I'm going to Tel Aviv next month, and I was just in Memphis and Denver, and I met Evie Oddly again, and I don't know, I'm just doing drag, which I love.
And we love it on you, Alaska. All right, I'm just going to get right into it, because I know that we can ask you the real questions, Alaska. So first
of course,
and foremost,
of course.
Is there anyone you think shouldn't have been cast on this episode of All Stars? And is there anyone you think should have been besides yourself? And you're allowed to plead the fifth.
Oh my god, well, no, I think everyone's been doing a really great job. And I think that it's been a really fun season to watch, which, I don't know. I think people were kind of worried, oh no, we're going straight into another All-Stars season. Is it too much? But I think they proved that it's not too much. We have tons of queens. We have a huge pool of talent to choose from. So I want to see what they do. So it's been really amazing to watch. So I don't think there was anyone on this season who shouldn't be there. As far as people I would love to see on the show, I would love to see on Gina, not just driving a van. I would love to see LaGuanja. I would love to see Shea Coulee. I would love to see India Farah. There are so many, Derek Barry, Sonique. There are so many talented people to choose from now. So we might as well, do it.
I'm fine on it being all-star seasons. I want to see, I think all of us want to see the queens that we love have second or even third chances in competing. But
they do it on Project Runway. They let people do All-Stars a whole bunch of times. They're yeah, you can win, and then you can win All-Stars, and then you can, why not?
I want to ask you John's question from the show. Do you think that in this All-Stars format, the runway looks are considered in the judging of the queens? That final runway look?
I heard this question, and it's a really good question. But Alyssa Edwards put it the best. She said, on All Stars, the runway is sort of like an extra point. So it can really put you over the top if you were kind of shaky in the challenge and your runway is so stellar that it's undeniable, then it can save you. Or if your runway's a little shaky and you did pretty good in the challenge, then maybe you're just safe. So I see it as that. And like you said, I see it as it is a legacy choice because this is your body of work at this point, especially All Stars. So what you're putting out there is going to, if it's iconic, Manila's fucking iconic every single week. So she knows that because she's putting these looks in a book and compiling them. Like she sees that.
I love it too.
I love.
I think her looks are amazing. Steffi wants to know, being a runner-up in season 5, did you have any reservations about going back for All Stars 2, or were you like, yes, bring it on?
Well, it was a different world at that point because All Stars 2, it was sort of like a rumor and a joke, like that it was even going to happen because All Stars 1 happened and like it was sort of like it was not received super well. So we didn't think All Stars 2 was going to ever happen because they were probably like,
right.
I don't think so. So then the fans started saying like, hey, RuPaul, is All Stars 2 happening? All Stars 2 is happening, right? And like it basically manifested into like a thing. And I don't know, luckily enough time had passed since I was on my original season that like I got to like grow and like figure out who I am a little bit. So like the timing was just really great. And you know, if RuPaul called me today and said, hey, want to come back for All Stars, I wouldn't think twice. I would say absolutely yes. Then I would shit my pants and cry because it's really scary to go back in there. But I would, if RuPaul calls me, I say yes.
Perfect.
That's it.
What about the queens? So do you agree with the queens who say All Stars 1 doesn't count? Is that a valid point?
Count as far as exactly. What? I mean, it counts to Chad, and I think it counts to Raven. And I don't know that I've gone back and watched it, but I've heard that it's more watchable than we remember it. I think we felt a little bamboozled at the time because we were like, yay, a season. And then it was like just a few episodes. So we kind of felt shortchanged.
I feel like I'm in a minority that I love the earlier seasons. And it's not to say that I don't like current seasons of Drag Race, but my favorite will always be the early seasons with you guys on the pink furry box. And those will always be my favorite seasons of Drag Race, for sure. The only Florida in chat says, a lot of people like to dress like you, myself included. Is there any outfit or look that you would want to see recreated?
First of all, I love this app because there's little like monkeys and dinosaurs. And how do you do that on the side? How do I send a dinosaur?
You have to click the little present app in the bottom, and then you can do things. But I think you totally.
Do I buy money to do that? Okay, well, y'all have said it a lot of dinosaurs. I'm glad y'all have said so much money.
Look, they send a little hot dog.
Send in those tokens to the question, what looks would I... First of all, hello, Florida. It's so lovely to see you. And Florida loves to come to the shows and always looks amazing, and it's always an Alaska recreation look, and I absolutely love your work. So I don't know, keep them coming. I can't think of one that you haven't done. So if you can, I don't know.
Keep
surprising me. I love it.
Lindsay says, oh my God, Alaska, I'm your biggest fan, but was the tea freeing and a good release for you? Can you tell us what made you decide to serve the tea?
Well, I mean, isn't that what we're always doing? If you're an artist, isn't that what you always want to do? Is like speak about your truth and what's going on. And when that song came out, I was not allowed to talk about any of the stuff that happened for a long time, which is really hard. And it was a really like emotional and like kind of like a really like difficult time. So absolutely, it was very freeing and really raw and really real. And I was like, let's just get it out on the table, like across the board, all the stuff that I haven't been allowed to talk about.
Zoe Kang wants to know, what is your favorite song to perform?
Oh, I love doing Whitney Houston, I Have Nothing, because I think that I am Whitney Houston.
You think you are Whitney Houston?
I'm pretty sure I am.
The bathtub.
We are the same person.
Really?
We're one and the same. No, I love her
She really
so
was
much.
Gone too soon, Whitney Houston. And oh wait, now I'm sorry. They were saying, what is your favorite song of yours to perform? So what's your favorite song that you've done to perform?
I've been really into Stun lately because I just love Gia Gunn and like I worship her, so it's very nostalgic and fun to do Stun.
Kelly wants to know, who are your favorite drag queens to see live? So whose performances do you?
Anyone. I cry and I get my life so fiercely anytime I get to go and like sit and watch a drag show. So like, I don't know, anyone who like gets up there for 3 minutes and 20 seconds, that can feel like an infinity when you're up there, and we make it look really easy, but it's actually really hard. And so I have so much respect for anyone who gets up there and does
Okay.
the number.
Bia Hoot and Rosie Cat both in chat were asking, now that we've seen the cast for season 7, do you know any of the new queens, and or do you have a favorite going into it? Season 11.
Season 11? Oh, you said season 7, and I was like, wait. Is it All Stars 7 already?
No, season 11.
Coming next week. Right. I think it looks like a great bunch. I mean, they're very young and very pretty, and a lot of like legacy queens, like who have family members who've been on the show before, which I love, adds another dynamic into the tapestry. Okay. And I'm always like, whoever I run into first after the cast is announced is immediately my favorite. And I'm like, so Evie Oddly, I'm like, oh my God, I took a picture with her. I hope she wins.
Perfect. and we have Miss Vanjie back. So.
We do.
Are you excited for a Vanjie being back?
Of course, because it's always so hard when like their time is cut really short, especially when it's someone who's like her and she's like so just like captivating to look at and to listen to, that you're like, of course I want her on my TV more.
The Only Ally wants to know, will you be doing another Stevie Forever show?
I don't know, we might. People always tell us that's one of their favorites, so I don't see why not. We love doing it.
You've been getting this question from a lot of people. Who do you want to win this season of All Stars, and who do you think will win? Well,
it would be completely inappropriate of me to endorse anyone on the show. However, no, I mean, I just think that the person who wins the most stuff should win the show. And maybe that makes me like old-fashioned or old school, but like I think that if you go there and you do really great and you win the most stuff, then you should win the crown. So that's my
okay. So whoever wins the most.
So I hope that happens. I don't know how it's gonna turn out, but I hope that happens.
Knox Taco wants to know, what was your favorite look from last week's episode of Drag Race?
The glove What was my favorite look? I mean, of course, Latrice Royale.
Yeah.
Like this was such, like it was just like written in the stars that this was her redemption
Right.
episode, and it was really thrilling to watch. Like she looked amazing in the club, and then she looked amazing on the runway, and then in the lip sync, like she looked amazing. So like Latrice is top two
I
this week.
completely agree. So, do you agree with who went home? Do you agree that Naomi and Valentina should have been the bottom two, and Valentina should have went this week? Or you?
Yeah, and it's so hard, but you know, and that's the thing. All Stars is the game of making impossible
Mm-hmm.
decisions. So like, no one wants to see Valentina not there. Like, I wish she could just be there drinking French vanilla fantasies
Right.
every day and like just go all the way till the end. But the reality was, everyone worked their ass off on the challenge, and Valentina was just kind of like not, and Naomi was having to pick up all the legwork, and so I was like, out of fairness, it was like that's how it had
I
to
would
go.
love if they let the eliminated queens have like a little section of the workroom where they get to sit off to the side and just heckle while you guys work. That would be my dream.
I love that.
I
Why
want it.
not?
I
I
think
think
that
that's
would totally
great.
happen because we never want to
We,
lose the big personalities. That's what needs to happen.
we exactly. I maybe they will do that,
The
like the
white.
shade tree. Maybe they'll
Exactly.
add it.
Oh my God, we have so many questions for you. If you could go on Scared Famous again, would you?
Yes, and I would have taken Erica down for the final challenge instead of Safari. However, did you know that Erica and Safari are engaged
I've
and they're
heard
getting
that.
married?
I've heard. Interesting. Yeah,
Scared Famous, creating lifelong
it is
bonds.
God's work. Brittany Heine
Yeah.
wants to know: are you going to bring back Bro Alaska?
I don't know. I would love to. I really like doing it and I like watching it. So if mine and Corey's schedule collides, I would love to do it.
Becca wants to know: did you watch Rent, and what did you think of Valentina's performance?
Of course, I watched Rent, and I'm extremely happy for Valentina. And like, that's a huge deal. It's a huge amount of pressure to be like to be on a
Yeah,
national, stage like that. And she's representing for
yeah.
the Rue girls, and I thought she was really great. She got some of the best laughs. Like, her looks were great. Um, you know, it also was like, how pissed must they have been when they were like, oh, by the way, last
I know.
night's dress rehearsal, that was the show. Like, that's really hard, especially if you didn't feel like your voice was
I
100%. Like,
I
how
thought it was
pissed,
just the
you know?
scenes
But
with him in them, though, that they were going to tape. But I mean, I'm sure that he was in a bunch of scenes. So
she's in a lot of the show, so I think she did great, and I
yeah,
support her, and um, uh, I thought it was really
I
she
see a
did great.
ton of people in chat are asking. They want to know what your thoughts were on Trinity's outfit during the final two lip sync, the old lady outfit. What's your thoughts on it?
I mean, if we even have to ask the question, what is someone trying to like intentionally lose
Right.
the lip sync? Then like, I think it undermines the show, because the point of the show should be, everyone should be trying with fucking all of
Mm-hmm.
their might to to do their best. And so I felt like it was sort of like, it didn't make sense with the song, and like, I don't know if it was executed really cool and in the right context, maybe it could have worked, but like, it was just sort of like out of left field. It was wacky, and I don't think it
I don't
paid
think so
off.
either. Annie Hall is a goal wants to know, when is Eyeshadow the movie coming out?
I hope
Really
really soon. I don't I don't want to go up against Glenn Close and Lady Gaga though, so I'm glad it didn't come out this year.
Thunderbelly666 wants to know, if you had to do Snatch Game again, who would you do? And you got this from a lot of people.
Oh geez, I don't know. I might do Rue McClanahan, just because she basically is Mae West but with a southern accent. Like I don't. I mean, it's really hard. Or, yeah. It's so hard to like
No, that's a good
choose
choice.
other people. Celine Dion, I think Celine Dion could be really cool. And we were watching the episode and we were like, wait, Suzanne Barch might be a really good
Yeah.
Snatch Game. Like, I thought the outfit was very nice, but maybe it was the flat bananas that I did not like.
You could totally do it really good. Nope.
No, I don't. Well, I don't know that.
Lauren in chat wants to know, if you had to design a nightclub like they did in the last episode, what would your theme have been?
We were talking about this on the podcast. We just recorded it. I would either do Club Foot or Club Sandwich.
Ooh, Club Sandwich.
I know, like it would be really, really delicious, and like the theme writes itself, and everyone could dress like sandwiches, and then you could do like a, meat rack or
You
something.
could
I
sing
don't know.
Hero while throwing deli meat at people.
See now, you're
I am
getting
already
into
in
the
the theme.
spirit.
I'm all for Club Sandwich. Denise Kelly wants to know, how did you come up with your drag name?
Marijuana.
Marijuana. That's a good answer. Can we expect another Golden Girls show in August? Kara wants to know. Yeah,
In August?
she's very specific.
Well, I'm doing it in May in Minneapolis because they do like a huge Golden Girls weekend. So if you're like around Minneapolis or near there, it's like thousands of people dress up like the Golden Girls and go like on a bar crawl. And we're doing the Golden Girls show in Minneapolis that weekend. So that's I'm like, I feel like I'm going to like Mecca. Like I feel very excited about
Bia
it.
Hoot wants to know, or she's saying, I loved the most recent episode of Race Chasers with Jinx Monsoon. Are you planning to have any more people stop by in the future?
Yes. Anytime any girl is around, and like that happened with Jinx. She was just like, "What are you guys doing today? I'm in town." We're like, "We're doing a podcast. Come in." And so, girl, anytime like anyone's around, we love having them on. So, most definitely.
Melanie said, would you like to see a whole season of Drag Kings? And would you like to be a judge on that season?
Yes, and yes.
I would too. I would love to see that.
Yeah.
Can we expect any more Amethyst Journey music videos? Maybe. And will Connie and several other people in chat are asking, do you think the after shows are ever going to make a comeback? Oh, got the crown.
Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? My friend made this for me. And yes, like I have some after shows in my computer that I'm like literally gonna upload today, because everywhere I go, people are like, "Oh, when are you bringing back the after show?" And I'm like, I might as well do it. It's the easiest thing in the world to do, and it's fun, and I like it. So,
okay,
yeah.
I want to end with this question. I mean, obviously, there are tons more questions for you, Alaska. I'm going to let you at the end tell people where to follow you on social media and how you want people to contact you so they can keep interacting with you and asking you questions. But I want to end with this question because I love it. It is from Forward Flow, and she wants to know, is there anything that you learned coming out of Drag Race about yourself that you didn't know before before you entered the drag race world?
Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, originally it was like, it was really, it's really hard. Like, it's just really different having gone through, like, when season 5 happened, it was like, we went from not having any money and like, not really like, we couldn't, we couldn't pay people to come to our shows, you know, like it was, we were putting on shows for our friends and like, and then all of a sudden it was like it blew up and then it was like suddenly you have money and you have to like you have to figure out who you are and like what you hell hey yeah, like you have to figure out a lot of stuff really fast when that happens, and I did, and I'm still figuring stuff out, but like I don't know, I'm still fucking grateful that it happened. Like how amazing that we live in a time where that's where we have this TV show.
It is really special, and you're special, and your fans love you, Alaska. So before we announce the winner, and I have been told the winner, but before we announce the winner, I want to give you the chance to say whatever you want to say to all of your fans right here, right now, watching you. If there's anything you want to promote or just anything you want to say to your fans tuning in to watch you right now, the floor is yours.
Well, I'm just like seeing all these questions come up. Yes, Willem and I will finish season 2. We're gonna get to it. Sure, I'll definitely write a book. I love it. Okay. I don't know. I'm on Instagram.
Where do you want people to follow you on social media?
I guess Instagram. That's like I post.
And what's your Instagram name for people that might be listening?
At the Only Alaska 5000. I mean, you can just go to alaskathunderfuck.com. Wait, are we giving away?
No,
give away the doll?
I know who the winner is.
Wait, look, I actually brought one so we can look at. I don't know if this is necessarily the one that's going to get sent out. We'll probably just send you one from the place. But I brought one from.
Oh my God. It is so. I want one, and now it's on my birthday list.
I know we just lit one on fire. Because I was like, we got them back in stock. We have so many right now, and I'm like, I want to light one on fire as a promotion.
Well, perfect. I think Lindsay might be putting the link in the chat for anyone that wants to get one. You can also get it from your website, alaskathunderfuck.com.
Yeah, just.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, you know, the one person who doesn't need to buy one is Lori DM. Congratulations, Lori DM. You're the winner.
Congratulations, Lori DM. Prance, my queen.
You are the winner. And I'm sure Lindsay is crying right now. Well, Alaska, we thank you so much for taking time to come and talk to your fans. We hope that you will do it again.
Anytime. Thanks for having me. It was great talking with you. It was great talking
with you too, and we will be following you and keeping in touch with all that you're doing, Alaska.
All right,
we'll
stunning.
See you later. Bye-bye. Oh, I should say
bye, Gorge.
I just feel like you're so over the eyes.
No, like, what is this, a cricket commercial?
Bye. Alaska was so great. I love Alaska.